presented by Progressive Insurance. You can be a part of Unsportsmanlike Nation on the Dr. Pepper call-in line at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation, presented by Dr. Pepper. It's not college football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. Broncos Radio Network, 850 KOA. Denver's 10-7 win over the Raiders last night.
The under.
As they go to 8-2. A little jump around early to start. Not sure why we needed that in relation to the Denver Broncos.
Well, it's a football Friday, man. What do you mean? Get excited. We're in the second half of the season.
That's right.
Officially. It's week 10.
I don't think that's why they're doing that.
We're separating pretenders from contenders.
Exactly.
Again, I don't think that's why they're doing that.
Why?
And I don't think they're celebrating Jim Leonard's performance as a defensive coach for the University of Wisconsin, or former University of Wisconsin guy with Denver.
Find a way to work in Wisconsin.
Jump around.
They're playing jump around.
This is to be clear, this is not jump around.
It's a version of jump
But
around.
it's not like the Wisconsin one.
By,
Anyway.
Pitbull and Lil Jon. Get it right.
Okay.
Mr. 305.
Mr. Worldwide. Broncos, Raiders. That was something last night.
That was a game.
10-7. That was
Terrible.
On our
It was more entertaining watching my dad and I put together the baby strollers than it was watching that football.
Not easy.
Did you
Not
succeed?
easy, by the way.
Get ready.
I'm sitting there with my dad, and of course it comes with this thick instruction manual on how to put it together. And Smalls, of course, in typical man fashion, we had no interest in looking at that manual.
Oh my God.
But when it comes to trying to put together baby strollers and car seats, I don't know why it took my dad and I hours to be able to do this. And I had a revelatory moment when I said, we build houses as a side gig. We can literally build houses, but we can't figure out how to put together baby strollers and car seats. How is that possible?
But that's what the manual's for. That's what the instructions are for. No?
We don't have to read a manual to build a house. We know how to do it.
Well, that's
that's the point. You know how to do it. You don't know how to do the stroller. Let me tell you something. There was a mini kid kitchen that we got for my kids when we lived in New York City, and like a structure, a little mini structure. It was so difficult. We're like, we can't do this, but this is going to be a good toy for them. We're going to hire someone. We hired a handyman from the building separately to do this. 3 hours later, he figured it out.
Yeah.
A guy that's a professional in this. The kid stuff is impossible to figure out.
And here's the crazy part, because my wife insisted that we document it. So I had the little stand set up with my cell phone camera and recording it. And my dad looks at me, I looked at him, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to stop the video. Because we don't want to be embarrassed in front of my wife and my son when he gets here on how difficult it was for us to be able to put this together. You got 2 college graduates, and between us, over 110 years of life experience, and we can't figure out how to put together 2 strollers in a car seat.
Okay, well, if you two couldn't figure it out, I'm toast. There's no chance I could ever figure it out.
It took us over 2 hours to do it.
But you did it.
We did it. We got it done, but it took us over 2 hours to figure it out.
Now, your wife is in marketing. She understands brands. She understands promotion. When she says to document it, are you saying for the kid, or are you saying for Rob to edit for the show?
No.
Which we would love.
I mean, I know your wife. She's thinking big branding, ideas, etc.
You know what? We were thinking documenting it for our son.
But
you
send it to Rob?
I don't hate the idea of potentially bringing it to the unsportsmanlike social media channels. I just have to get approval from the boss.
Wait, this is like dad combine stuff, though.
Exactly.
Like, you're going through the combine right now. We want to see your skill set. How was the building process?
Yeah, undrafted free agent.
Exactly.
Trust me, I'm 12 years in and I'm an undrafted free agent. I can't even build up to be a Mr. Irrelevant at this point. My God. Wow, that game felt irrelevant last night. I hate to say that, but
bad.
A win's a win. I get it. Broncos improved to 8-2. They win 10-7. It was not an exciting football game. Bo Nix, 16-28, 150, a touchdown, 2 picks, a block punt. It was a big play for the Denver Broncos. They win by 3 points. The Raiders are now 2-7. Stats and Evcomation came up with something this morning.
I'm sorry, what? Who did?
Stats and Evcomation came up with something this morning. Denver on a 7-game winning streak. How about this? 5 of the 7 games, they've won by a combined 13 points. They have played 3 playoff teams this season. They're 1-2 in those games. The score in those games, 69 points for, 69 points against. Are they good?
The Broncos aren't a championship contender, at least not yet. Not with that offense. That was absolutely miserable. And here's the thing, Ev, I'm not going to kill them because they had a tight game against a division rival, because that can happen on any given week. What bothers me is what it looked like. In case in point, the third quarter, you got 3rd and 1 from the plus 36. Sean Payton, for God knows why, calls up a double pass to Cortland Sutton, which ends up losing 5 yards. You settle for a 59-yard field goal, which you missed, came up just short. The very next play, the defense gets a pick. The ball beats up Ashton Jeanty, hits him in the face. Defensive lineman Draymond Tillman picks it off, returns it to the plus 33-yard line. Your offense goes 3 and out again. You lose yardage because of an OPI on Troy Franklin and end up having to punt the ball. Very next possession for the Raiders, your defense comes up with another big play, blocked punt, gives the ball to the offense on the plus 12. They run 3 plays, lose 2 yards, and they settle for a field goal. That one they actually made. Congratulations to them. But I just can't understand how you have 3 drives inside the plus 40 in the third quarter, and you only get 3 points against the 23rd ranked scoring defense. How the hell is that even possible?
That's hard to do.
That's hard to do. And to boot, 4-minute offense. Troy Franklin gets an 18-yard catch and run. 3 minutes to go. You're in plus territory. Why are you running out of bounds? Why, Evan?
And he was the only good receiver for them last night, ironically.
Well, Pat Bryant wasn't bad, but why are you running out of bounds? What are you doing? Have some situational awareness. The Raiders had 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, and it's a 3-point game. What are you doing? That should be talked about in the huddle. If you're going to call up a pass play, and it was a good pass play, swap boot, it ended up working. If you're going to dial up a pass play, everybody should understand that the ball can't hit the ground and we can't go out of bounds on this play. So quarterback, you either take a sack, receiver, catch the damn ball, and when you do catch the ball, whatever you do, make sure you get down in bounds. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. That should be a conversation. If it's not, that's a bigger issue. But when it comes to the situational awareness that you need to have, the situational execution, especially on the offensive side of the ball, the Denver Broncos leave a lot to be desired. So sitting here today, I do not think they're a championship contender. They feel a lot like last year's Minnesota Vikings. A team that's going to put up a gaudy regular season record, a team that's going to be prominently placed in the postseason and end up being one and done. That's what it feels like they got brewing in Denver.
Yeah, we are at that point in the season where we're starting to look at teams that have acquired a certain amount of wins and say, okay, are they really contenders? And the Denver Broncos, obviously, in that conversation, the first team to 8 wins so far in the NFL, and a team with a defense that you expect to be a contender. But that offense is a problem. Bo Nix even said it after the game. He's like, we got to score some points. We got to find some juice. And when you're watching them, it just feels like something is missing. And one of the numbers that I was looking at this morning that really popped out to me, that this was the 4th game this year the Broncos didn't score in the first quarter. They're sluggish. They need to get out to faster starts, and they need to find some oomph in that offense if they really want to be a contender come playoff time.
Smalls, 9 of the last 10 games that the Raiders played going into last night, they had been outscored in the first quarter.
There you go.
9 of the last, the last time the Raiders ended the first quarter with a touchdown lead, you got to go back to September of 2024.
Yet they have 8 wins on the season.
This is ridiculous.
But doesn't it feel like the carriage is going to turn into a pumpkin at some point?
It does. And I know Bill Parcells, my former head coach, used to always say, you are what your record says you are. I don't know, man. All 8 and 2s aren't created equal. And this one right here, it leaves a lot to be desired because that offense is abhorrent. It's awful.
The flip side, Raiders last night, they lose, obviously, in this game. They score 7 total points.